Inner circle have opened up on how the former premier kept a militant faction of the party led by the ODM Secretary General Edwin Sifuna as his exit plan should the broad-based government fail to work. The late Raila's senior legal advisor Paul Mwangi and his spokesperson Dennis Onyango told Citizen TV that Raila may not have run for president in 2027. Emmanuel Toh spoke to the two of them and prepared the following report.
So much, Wakili, for your time.
In an interview with Citizen TV, the late ODM party leader Raila Odinga's lawyer Paul Mwangi and the former premier spokesperson Dennis Onyango revealed how the late Raila Odinga kept two cards, a militant and a diplomatic one, during his illustrious decades in politics. Mwangi disclosing that the militant team in the camp, led by ODM Secretary General Edwin Sifuna, was in fact Odinga's fallback plan should he have run into headwinds with a broad-based political arrangement with President William Ruto.
Raila will not go into anything without an exit strategy. So even when he began working with President Ruto, he had an exit strategy.
What was the exit strategy?
The exit strategy was the people who were fighting it.
Sifuna's side?
Yes, that was his exit strategy. He needed his exit strategy alive and strong before he goes for negotiation, because that's the only way he can. And I think he was going for 50% of the government then.
50%?
Yes, I think that's what it was. But he needed to be very strong.
Sentiments which were also echoed by Dennis Onyango, who served as the former premier spokesperson.
So yes, Sifuna, Orengo were part of Raila's exit strategy. Babu was not part of it. He never had Babu anywhere in his thinking. He thought he was going to be at trouble.
The two revealing that the factions always operated under often opposite but firm instructions to keep Odinga's options open.
I think the problem that we have today is that he passed away before he called people to order. Because when we went and finally did a handshake, the militant side never really joined us. Because the thinking of the two sides are totally different.
So you will go on, you will tell your post-President Ruto, this thing is not working, or this thing may not work, we can't work with him. But when he buys into that agenda, he will not come back and tell you that I have sat down with that guy I told you to go and deal with, and I think he is up to something, we are ready to work with him. He will not tell you. So it is up to you to read the signs.
The leaders who also waded into the recent split in the ODM party, saying there was no way to salvage the situation.
I think the two sides must split. As I told you, one is a militant wing, the other one is a political wing. They operate under two very, very different assumptions. They were all operating under two very different job descriptions. They will never agree.
There will be a dominant wing led by Oburu, and there will be a fringe wing out there.
Mwangi and Onyango, however, differed on whether or not the former premier had made a decision on whether to launch his sixth stab at the presidency in 2027.
He was leaving options open. He thought that if this guy pulls this through, there would be reason to support him, to run, stand with him. But in the event that he doesn't, he was leaving that option open that we could present a candidate, and that candidate would have been himself.
Over time, after the last election, he behaved in a way that suggested he will not run again. By this time, in every of his political whatever, he became quite rebellious and started pumping up. This is the time he started, we can say, pumping up the jam. He never did that throughout from 2022, 23.
Emmanuel Toh, Citizen TV.